Hello, this is William McKissock, your expense reduction specialist with Schooley Mitchell. As you know, I like to interview businesses and help promote them on social media. And as you know, I'm an expense reduction consultant. This is not my day job. It's my passion to help people, and this is one of the ways of doing it. And this morning, I have with me Phil Nahajewski. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, William.
Pleasure to have you on the show. So let me tell the audience a little brief overview of where you're coming from, and then we'll ask you some good questions. So Phil Nahajewski is a partner with the Florida CFO Group. They are a seasoned team of 20 financial officers and providing fractional, part-time and interim CFO services to small and medium-sized business. So to get the ball rolling, Phil, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you get into this kind of business.
Sure, and thanks, William. I'm glad you asked me to be on your show. I've been a financial executive for a long time, spanning decades, going back to the computer mainframe business in the 80s, cable TV in the 2000s, 1990s and 2000s, and helping startups and small and mid-sized businesses for the last 10, 11 years, as well as helping nonprofits, both as a board member and as a CFO. I never really was out to look to be part of a CFO group, but I was at the Florida Venture Forum in St. Petersburg, Florida a couple of years ago and met one of the partners who introduced me to several other partners, and I realized this was a high quality group. I wanted to be in it. I just wanted to be associated with this group because the quality of the people, but also the approach that they've taken to the business. You know, CFOs, we think pretty highly of ourselves. We like to do things our way. The Florida CFO Group recognize that the way you attract high quality CFOs is you give them complete independence to shape their own ways of doing things, as well as let them keep the money that the clients are paying. There are other groups like ours, like the agency models, where that's not the case. So that's what attracted me to the group. They've asked me to get them going in Orlando. They've been in the Tampa market for 11 years, and this is just year 2 in Orlando.
Fantastic. So you kind of touched on a little bit there about what's different about your group than other groups that does what you do, because obviously there's other companies doing what you do. So if I was a company and I needed a part-time CFO, or I needed an interim CFO, or I needed just help with my CFO, because I know that that's part of it as well, why would we use your group?
Well, if you are looking to get a higher quality CFO, the Florida CFO Group would be where you turn. Other groups that have the agency model, essentially they may be billing out their CFOs at $200, but the person doing the work is only getting $110 because there's agency profits, there's overheads. Sometimes it's they'll slap a CFO title on someone who's been, doing CPA work for a few years, and they love that because it's good for the ego, but they haven't really sat in the seat. Our CFOs have all been CFOs full-time for organizations before they tried to take this step. Maybe it's a baby step to retirement because our partners usually don't want to work the same 50 to 70 hours they work most of the career, but they certainly don't want to hang up the spikes either. We spend our careers building up our skills, and we have a model that attracts high quality CFOs.
Fantastic. So obviously we touched on why we want to work with you, etc. So what's the breadth of the work that you do? I kind of mentioned some of it, but what's the breadth of the work that you do with the Florida CFO Group?
Well, our tagline is grow, optimize, protect. So for the younger companies that are really just trying to get from idea to maturity, they may need help with growth. Sometimes that's with capital raising, but many times it's just adding a level of sophistication to the business with financial planning and establishing KPIs and metrics, and just overseeing the financial administrative processes so that they can elevate their business to the next level. More mature businesses may need help with optimization, which means really instead of focusing on a top line, driving bottom line performance with extracting extra margin points, maybe bringing in experts like you. We are a very well-connected group that can identify what kinds of expertise is needed by a business to help them optimize. And from a protection perspective, we're very good at risk management. We can identify where the business's vulnerabilities, exposures to, and can protect the wealth of the owners with our skills. And even with the ultimate risk protection move, help them with the exit strategy, because for an entrepreneur, the ultimate way to protect yourself from risk is to take your chips off the table and have an attractive exit. We help there as well.
Yeah. Every entrepreneur should be looking at the exit, even though you might think, I want to do this forever. You're not going to be doing it forever, so you have to have an exit. I love the word optimization in there, because my actual title is an optimization specialist, even though I call myself an expense reduction specialist. So that's great. Thanks for the little plug about what we do. So I know you do other things, and I know you're involved with FESN. You do some kind of interviewing of businesses. What's that about? Similar to what I do? Is it different? What is it?
Yes, it's funny, William. I didn't realize that there's someone else there like me that likes to do something besides their day job in the content space around entrepreneurship. Being a longtime sports fan and a 20-year cable veteran, I've always thought highly of ESPN, and had the idea about a year and a half ago that it'd be cool to have an ESPN for entrepreneurs, just the highlights. So I give experts and entrepreneurs 60 seconds to say something meaningful for entrepreneurs. And so far, we've had 65 of us have created 250 meaningful minutes for entrepreneurs, ranging from a variety of subjects, finance, of course, but also sales, marketing, human resources, cybersecurity, technology, leadership, legal, risk management, cost reduction. And we've had a great contribution from a wide variety of people that I think makes FESN special. And I'm looking forward to the day when William McKissock has some meaningful minute videos on FESN.
Yeah, I'm planning to take part in it, and I'll give you a few minutes of what I have to say. And it's a great opportunity for me to say to people, if you're looking for a fantastic CFO group, I highly recommend this group. But also, if you want to be interviewed in a different kind of format from this, please reach out to Phil, and he will help you with that. And yeah, I'm going to definitely be taking part in that, Phil. And I'm looking forward to doing some recordings and having myself interviewed and blasted across social media. So as a final thought, as a final kind of like look at where you're coming from, Phil, you mentioned earlier before the show, you work with an organization called the Camaraderie Foundation. It's a non-profit that helps transitioning veterans. So as a final thought, tell me about that part of who you are and what you're doing with that.
Yes, I like to give back, and as does the Florida CFO Group. And we've actually, as a group, chosen the Camaraderie Foundation as one of the nonprofits that we're a proud supporter of. In fact, the three of our partners mentor transitioning veterans, which is a program that brought me into the organization 4 years ago as a mentor. Basically, there's 15 transitioning veterans in Tampa and 15 transitioning veterans in Orlando that receive one or two mentors for a 9-month program called the Mentor Leadership Program. That if you're interested in giving back and helping a transitioning veteran, I'd be glad to connect you with the program director, so we can become a part of that program. We just had our graduation ceremony, so I think we're probably about a month away from starting a new class with a new set of mentors. But the even bigger mission of the organization is to save lives, save families with PTSD counseling. And through their organizational efforts and through the support of the donors of the organization, we've been able to provide over 20,000 free hours of PTSD counseling to veterans who are struggling with the demons from their experiences overseas.
Fantastic. It's nice to hear people that are genuinely caring in the community. Obviously, you're helping businesses get promotion, you're helping businesses through your work, and now you're involved in this very worthwhile cause, because I know people transitioning from military service, it's a difficult transition from any service to another service. So it's a great piece of work that you're doing. So anybody watching this video, please, you'll see Phil's content underneath his portion of the video. Please reach out to him if you're looking for a fantastic CFO. If you want to be interviewed on Phil's show, reach out to him. And also, if you know of any transitioning veterans that are looking for some help, any companies that you know that work in that area, please contact Phil. So Phil, thank you very much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. It's been my pleasure to have you.
Thank you, William. My pleasure, really.
Well, thank you. And now it's over to Dave for the weather.